Hello and welcome. I am so excited to be here with you, sharing what I believe is one of the biggest struggles that people have when building their network marketing businesses. During this entire training series, you are hearing from the best of the best leaders in this industry. And they're giving you different techniques, different approaches, different scripts, all the tools that you need to build that successful business that you know that you are capable of running. But there's one thing standing in your way. And it's this little thing right in between your ears, and it's your brain, and it's your mindset. Your mindset is the biggest thing that holds you back, that stands in your way. You can call it limiting beliefs. You can call it self-sabotage. You can give it any name that you want, but it is the thoughts and the stories that you tell yourself about yourself that is stopping you from growing the business and living the life that you deserve, that you are worthy of. So my name is Megan Weisheipel. I am a life and mindset coach for network marketers. And I have struggled with this in the past. That is why I have spent so much time learning about it, getting certified in it, and now teach it to hundreds and thousands of network marketers on a daily basis of how to break free from these self-imposed limiting stories, these limiting beliefs that we tell ourselves that literally block us and stop us from taking action in our business and moving it forward. So I have been around this business for about over 20 years in professional corporate business. I have built professional women's networking groups, and mindset is the biggest struggle. It doesn't matter if you are a beginner or you already have a super successful business. The biggest thing that I see is their mindset holding them back from getting to the next level. And when I started in this business and when I played sports and anything, I would hear, you got to believe in yourself. Just believe that you can do this. And I remember always thinking, like, how do you do that? How do you just believe in yourself? Like, okay, I'm going to sit down to work my business. I believe in myself right now. However, every fiber of my being, every feeling that I have inside of me goes against that. I'm not feeling belief right now. Can anybody relate? So I am going to share a scenario with you. And I want you to message me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, however you want to connect with me, and tell me if this relates to you, and let's continue on this conversation. So picture this. It is the first of the month, and you put last month behind you in your business. Maybe it was a great month. Maybe it was a crappy month. Whatever it is, you're like, you know what? First of the month, it is a clean slate. You have a conversation with your upline, with your accountability partner. This is the month. This is the month. I am focused. I am going to rank up. I'm going to hit that goal I've been working for. I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone. Like, this is it, right? You've had these conversations. You're so focused. You are so determined. You create your agenda. You know every single day what you should be doing, how many people that you need to prospect to hit that next rank, how many reels that you need to create, how many posts that you need to have to drive engagement, to get new people to talk to. You have it all figured out, right? First day you get up, you start working, you feel good, you send your messages, you create that reel, you do your post. You feel fantastic. You go to bed and you're like, I freaking got this. This is going to happen this month. The next day, you get ghosted by some of the people you sent a message to the day before, or they just say no, like, no, I'm not interested. You start to get some rejection. You're like, all right, that's totally fine. I knew this was going to happen. I am mentally prepared for the rejection that comes with this business and prospecting, right? The next day, let's just say it's Wednesday, the third day you're into this routine. You didn't get a good night's sleep. You didn't get a good night's sleep. Your kids are a little sassy this morning when trying to get them out to camps or to school. And now you're bickering with your spouse a little bit because of the previous two, the lack of sleep and the kids. and you're bickering with your husband. Everybody leaves for work and you are able to finally sit down and work at your computer. You're sent back some maybe messages to your downline, to some customers, and now it's time for you to prospect for your business. And guess what? You don't feel like it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go talk to new people. I'm just not in the space. I don't feel like it. I'm not in the mood. This is what happens. These are the spaces where you win or lose in your business. It comes down to these moments when you need to make a choice if you're going to prospect or you're going to do what I call a pattern of avoidance. So a pattern of avoidance is when you sit down and you have something that you need to do, but you're like, you know what? I'm going to go throw in some laundry. I'm going to put in a load of laundry. I'm going to get some dinner out of the freezer so that can defrost for the day. I'm going to respond back to a couple of these emails that I have, because once I do all that, then I'll feel so much better. My head will be clear that I'll be able to prospect. So these are called patterns of avoidance. What's happening, and I'll get into this in a little minute to break it down, but what's happening is this word here is a feeling. Everything we do in life is for a feeling. And when you have the feeling of, I don't want to do this, I don't feel like it, I'm unmotivated, whatever that feeling is, it's a negative feeling that's causing you not to want to do the prospecting, the recruiting, the messaging, the voice messages that you need to do to move your business forward. You do something else that gives you a momentary pleasure, a gratification, some type of reward, meaning I did laundry. I grabbed a snack. That made me feel good, a little bit of chocolate. Or you responded back to messages. I cleared that off of my plate. So now I can go do this. But then all of a sudden you get distracted by something else and something else. And now the time you had allotted in your schedule to do your recruiting, to send your messages, just got missed. And the kids got home from school or from camp, and now we're on to other things. And all of a sudden you go to bed at night and you're like, oh, I didn't send my messages today. I didn't hit the minimum baselines that I had set for myself to get to my end goal. And you beat yourself up, right? So you promise yourself, tomorrow I got to do double. Tomorrow, if I was supposed to send 5 messages today, tomorrow I have to send 10 to get myself caught back up. And maybe you do, but this is where most people then sit down again and they're like, I don't feel like it. I already feel behind. And then these stories start to come in your mind, right? These stories of, well, I haven't hit this rank before, so what's saying that I can hit it this month? And these people don't want to join my team because I haven't had as much success as Kendra over here, and they would probably rather join her team anyway. And I know this person's already successful, so they probably don't want anything to do with network marketing, and they blew me off years ago. Like, all these stories start to swirl around in your mind and stop you dead in your tracks from even taking any action. So if you don't like the results that you have in your life, they are directly connected back to the stories that you tell yourself. And that is what I want to talk about today. I'm going to teach you something here that we call red light stories. I am also the director of coaching for your virtual upline and Love, Serve, Grow. And what we do is we teach people how to create a hustle-free, profitable business. So many people are about the hustle, the push, the go, and they burn themselves out. So this is a methodology that we teach through transformational sales and mindset that help you grow the business that you want on your terms. Sounds lovely, but it all starts with this little formula right here. So I'm going to do a very specific scenario, and I'm going to say Sarah is our circumstance. So a circumstance is a fact. It could be held up in a court of law. It is a fact. It is not good. It is not bad. It is completely neutral. So let's say that Sarah is on your prospecting list and she's been there for a while. You're a little intimidated to connect with her or even start the conversation. but she's always there and you're always thinking about her. And when she posts something, you're like, gosh, I need to talk to her about this business because I know she would be fantastic. She'd be a total rock star, but you stand in your own way of even having the conversation with her. So we're going to use Sarah as the circumstance. You can just use her name. When you think of Sarah, what is the dominant thought? And please use whoever that person is for you that's on your chicken list. Use that name in your head, write it down, and go, what is the dominant thought? Like, what do I think when I think about prospecting, having a conversation, recruiting Sarah? And this is the story that you'll realize you're telling yourself around it. It's unconsciously happening. You don't even realize that it's there. I'm teaching you now to tune in to the noise that's going on in your mind, really becoming the watcher of your thoughts so that you can understand what the heck you are even telling yourself. So maybe the thought is, well, I haven't helped anybody. Everybody that joins my team ends up quitting anyway. They don't have success, or they get to the first rank and then they quit. Or I'm not a very good leader. You want to pick that one dominant thought, not a question, a thought, a statement in regards to Sarah. So we'll go with, why would she join my team? People just quit when they join me. So that's the story that we're going to go with. So then you think to yourself, when I tell myself that people won't want to join my team because anybody that joins ends up quitting, how does that make me feel? Well, it makes me feel defeated. Whatever that feeling is for you, you want to pick one feeling that you attach to that story. So when you're telling yourself the story that nobody's going to join my team because everybody quits that joins, I feel defeated, what actions do you take? So it might be, I scroll Facebook or I scroll Instagram and don't really message anybody, or I message them, but when it comes time to transition the conversation, I chicken out and I never actually bring up the business. So maybe that is the action. Maybe it's that I go put in laundry, that I go clean the house, that I go run errands, that I listen to a podcast, that I do another training, that I consume more content. What inactions happen? I don't message anybody. Or when I do message, I don't transition my conversations. So there's actions and there's inactions that we take. And the result is that you're not even giving yourself the opportunity to grow a team. You're blocking yourself. So as you can see, the story is directly related to the result. So if you are unhappy with the results that you have in your life, in your business, in your relationships right now, I am giving you the golden ticket and the nuggets to learn how to change them. It's by changing the story that you tell yourself around the circumstance. Now you could say, Megan, this sounds so weak. Okay, all I got to do is change the story. So for teaching this for years and understanding this and working this every single day on myself, the stories don't go away. All of a sudden you're like, well, this is a red light story and I have a red light story about that and this and da 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 da. They're always going off all the time around you. And you start to feel like, how did I even make it to this point in my life when everything is a red light story? Everything I'm telling myself is a negative thought. They don't go away. I wish I had the fairy mother's wand to like bibbity bobbity boo it and make them go away. But with this methodology and with learning these simple steps, you can shift your stories. You create an awareness of when they are happening. And then you are able to shift them in the moment to get yourself back into positive, confident action. What this shows you is what you're really telling yourself. And for most of us, we tell ourselves negative things. I'm not a good leader. I'm not good enough. I can never compare to that person. But we put on this fake smile and we show up for everything because deep down inside of us, network marketing gave us this spark and this hope that we didn't even know was there. And we see it as an opportunity, as a way out of the things that we don't want and that we can have in our lives, the flexibility, the freedom, the financial freedom, the personal freedom, the time freedom. It can give us that. But the thing that is stopping you is what you're telling yourself and what you're making each recruiting conversation mean. When somebody tells you no, we're attaching our self-worth to it. Oh, they said no to me. They must think that I'm no good at this and I'm probably not good at this. Maybe I should just quit, but I don't want to quit because I hate my job. These are all the stories and things that are going on in our mind. So now you may be thinking, okay, so if I can identify the story that I'm attaching to a circumstance, how do I change it? Like, what do I do? Give me the magic script. What do I do? Change the story. Change the story to something that is going to make you feel better. Because everything in life that we do is for a feeling, what is going to make you feel better? How do you want to feel about your business? And when I talk to anybody about this, everybody says the same. I want to feel excited. I want to feel energized. I want to feel hopeful. So get yourself to that feeling by telling yourself thoughts that make you feel hopeful, energized, and excited. So if Sarah is the circumstance in this scenario, Sarah and I can grow this business together. She'd be a rock star. It would push me to step up my game, and we can do this together. And whether or not she joins has no reflection on me. How does that make me feel? That makes me feel hopeful. So what action do I take? I then send her a confident voice message. And who cares if you stumble over your words? You did it. Because it's all about falling in love with the process and divorcing yourself from the results. Because what happens all the time is we're so worried about the result, that we don't do the process very well. And in the process is where we grow. It is where we grow. That is where everything comes from, is in learning the process, the no's, the ghostings, all the stuff that happens of how we learn to have transformational conversations with people. That is where we grow. So I hope this was helpful for all of you. And if I left you in a place going, oh my goodness, I can see all of my red light stories. These things are popping in my mind. I'm standing in my own way. Please find me on social media at Megan Weisheipel, Facebook or Instagram, or the program that I'm the director of coaching for, which is Love, Serve, Grow with Bob Heilig, who has the Your Virtual Upline podcast. I'm the director of coaching for all of his programs because he was my upline in 3 different network marketing companies together over the past how many years. I have learned so much from him. He is a mentor. He is a good friend. And this is what I teach inside of his program and to my private clients of how to identify the stories that you are telling yourself that are creating the results that you have in your life, to shifting those stories that help you create the results that you know that you deserve. So I hope this was helpful and valuable for all of you. I am so excited to hear from you, to connect with you, and make it a productive day.